Good morning, good afternoon, good evening out there in TV land, wherever you're at, whatever time it is. Welcome to WeBeam TV, and this is Taboo Talk with Ray and Steve. I'm Ray Amanat from Port Richey, Florida, and my co-host, Mr. Steve Reed, is in a safe house somewhere out in northern Texas, probably hunkering down because of all the sleet, ice, and snow you guys are getting. How you doing, Steve?
It is on its way. I can't wait. We got firewood. We got plenty of water. We're ready and set for this, whatever the tragedy is.
Well, just stay warm. I hope you guys have, all of you, because we got Evan in Michigan and Penny in Indiana, and I know you guys are going to be getting some of the same as well. So I hope you guys are all stocked up on food and water and everything else that you need to hunker down. So our two guests with us today, we're going to be focusing on health, fitness, and wellness. We have Coach Evan Raoof from Michigan, and then we have a topic for all things boobs or women's breast health with Penny the Bra Lady or Penny Buhr. Both of our guests focus on helping people improve their self-esteem, personal wellness, and proper education that they offer through their areas of expertise. Let's get started with Coach Evan with fitness and how a lot of people fail to keep their New Year's resolutions. But let's learn a little bit about you first. So, Coach Evan, tell us about who you are and why you started this business that you have.
Well, I've been a fitness coach and lifestyle coach for about 20 years. And I was born in the form of cerebral palsy, impacted right to my body. And really, I had to exercise and had to take care of myself. And from that, I just enjoy helping people find fitness and really help them train and learn more about their body. I truly believe if someone really loves themselves, they're going to start taking care of their health and take care of exercise, because there's more and more important things in life than just, you can't take on life unless you're actually healthy. And you need to be mentally fit and emotionally strong. And I believe that, and that's what I'd like help people find that fitness.
So we just put a slide up of your academy, Fit Living Academy. How long have you been doing this business-wise?
As I said, about 20 years.
Okay.
So, and, it just find when we work with clients, it's like really being mindful of, where they're at, because, they need to learn and be learning and educating them about themselves, how nutrition, supplementation, and exercise, and mindset really takes a play into it to help them be the best person they can be. And it's not really, as I said before, it's not about health. It's really about taking on what matters most to them in life, and getting present for that.
Fantastic. Steve?
So, Evan, quick question for you. So here we are in early February, and by now, I'm going to guess about 90% of the people that made those fabulous New Year's resolutions back on January 1st. I'm going to do it this time. I'm going to do it. But the problem is they haven't done it. They're obviously coming to you or somebody like you, and they're frustrated. So how do you handle those people that they're frustrated all over again?
Well, how it really is, Steve, is that on January 1st, they're all writing things down, and by the third week in January, they're hitting the gym or trying to find things. This is probably the most popular week this past week was for me to get started. Really, the best time to start is right now, and really not thinking about the new year. And most clients, when they're talking about their health, it's like the new resolution is here, but getting present, what they got to start looking at 30 days at a time, 7 days at a time, getting them present, and just looking at the long haul, because it is truthful. Most people that start an exercise program January 1st, they'll be done by April 1st for sure. And any resolution. So really trying to look at how we can help them, support them. I think education is really important, and also building confidence in what they're doing, because there's so much information out there. And the big picture, like how does it all work in your life? Creating a possibility and creating that structure for them to really believe this is possible for them. And that's what I like to do is the structure, because once they start learning about more and they start feeling the results, they're going to stay with it. And I think education is very, very key.
So, Evan, let me ask you this. Obviously, we talk a lot about New Year's resolutions. Are you suggesting that maybe we don't focus so much on resolutions, but rather we focus on goals?
Well, I mean, I think goals are important, but also I'm getting away from talking about goals, but creating a possibility. What do you want your life to be like? And we kind of put a structure in, because we're our goals, but being healthy isn't the important thing. What's being important is what do you want to do with being healthy? It's the relationships and connections you have with yourself and also with your family and your peers around you. Where, you can't take on your life 100% if you're not fit and emotionally strong. And really looking at how you educating yourself to be more confident through exercise. And there's studies that, at least 6 different diseases are curtailed to insurmountably by proper exercise, nutrition, and supplementation. And all going along with that mindset. It's a big job. It's a big task for someone to take on. But I think focusing on what you really want and then backpedaling to goals and have a structured place to keep them accountable for what they said they were going to do, because that's what a good coach does. Keep them accountable to do what they said they were going to do and hold them accountable so they feel good about succeeding.
So, Coach, and Penny, you can jump in on this. I'm sure this happened in your family. Over Thanksgiving, over Christmas, you have all these meals. Everyone's like, well, New Year's is coming. I'll take my resolution seriously then. But then you have family members that help sabotage you from sticking to those goals. You have moms that say, eat more food. I know my parents, as soon as that plate is empty, they're like, put more on it. So, and then you have other family members that will talk about different diets that they've been on, that they've seen through a lot of commercials or media or anything like that, that are sometimes lying to you about the results you can get. Can you tell us, is it a lie from the industry, health industry, on some of that? And families that sabotage you, what do you do about them?
Well, in terms of sabotage, this is, as I was alluding to before, this is a long-term game. If someone actually gets, looking to get fit tomorrow, but we just passed the major holidays, but like if you're exercising and eating healthy and being healthy on a regular basis, on a daily basis, you're going to have your pitfalls. You go through, ups and downs. And, you're allowed to take 2 or 3 or 4 weeks a year to eat what you want. Because when you go see family, you're supposed to see family. But also, too, that being said, when you actually understand more about your body and understand how your body works, and you're caring about the value of what you're putting in your body nutrition-wise, it's a habit that's instilled in you. And what family members you can avoid the confrontations because you just enjoy yourself with family. I know families, in certain cultures, they want, in certain cultures, it's insulting not to take dinner from them or certain foods. And if you're at a certain point and you actually know your body, and it's okay to have that piece of cake or extra food, because you can't, because you get back right on track with it. The biggest problem is people aren't really set up for success. So they're wishy-washy about their exercise program or nutrition plan, and they aren't mindful of what they're eating. And so they're severely derailed during vacation or holiday time with family because they're not committed to their own health. No one's perfect. We can't always be, there's the good, better, best. But also as you start engaging with your body and understanding how your body works, it's okay to have that time aside with family, eat whatever you want. And that's just okay, more than okay.
Penny, I'm sure that you and your family have absolutely no challenges during the holidays, whether it's Christmas or New Year's, any of those big holidays. So maybe not from you personally, but you've probably heard stories of other people, wink, wink, that have problems during the holidays with staying accountable and staying on track.
Are you talking to me? Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Penny. Yes, go. Sorry.
Sorry, I didn't catch that. Sorry. Yes, and I've had this same issue with even my mother loves to feed you. That's her love language. And I think a lot of people are like that, where you just have to say no. Like, I'm sticking to my plan. I've had that experience myself where you just have to say, no, thank you, right? You have to be your own advocate for yourself if you want to make those healthy choices and have that healthy lifestyle like Evan was talking about.
So is it good, like if you're going to be with family, to kind of let them know ahead of time, hey, we're coming over for dinner and I'm on this diet plan. Can you, make this, or can I bring my own food or prep? Is that another way around it, Evan? Can you hear me?
Nope. Did we lose his volume?
I think we lost Evan's feed. So
I would say I have done that. I have told my family that I'm eating certain things and asked them, if they could prepare something that was more in my healthier choices. So I definitely have done that.
How's that work for you?
Yes.
Okay. So do they take offense when you tell them I'm bringing my own food, or are they
sometimes, but again, it's that choice you have to make. Do you want to be, risking having a heart attack down the road, or do you want to have that healthy lifestyle to be active with your grandchildren? That's the choice, and it's hard. You want to eat the bad stuff. You want to eat the sugar and the donuts and the ice cream. But I have found personally, as I've gotten older, I've developed more food allergies. So it's not worth it for me to even partake of any of that because I'm miserable when I go home. I may enjoy it when I'm there with the family, but it's not worth it down the road, that's for sure.
Yeah, several years ago, I discovered some issues myself, some health issues, and I had to cut out most of the sweet stuff. And for the most part, I've lost the sweet tooth. Occasionally we'll get some like sugar-free ice cream or something of that sort, but I don't generally have a problem with those sorts of things and saying no. Christmas and Thanksgiving, I had a little bit of stuffing. I had some of the bad things, so to speak, but I did it in moderation, and it didn't cause me any problems long term.
let's see if we've got the link with Evan back up again. Evan?
I'm working on it.
Okay, we got some technical difficulties. So in the meantime, how do you feel, Steve, when you have no energy or no vitality? What are some things that you do? And then we're going to kind of run this by Evan to see if he's got those tips to help boost energy. Do you just drink up a lot of coffee? Do you do those energy drinks, or are you a little bit more, let me have the fruits, vegetables, and the healthy stuff that's supposed to give you those energies?
I tend to be more, let me have the more healthy foods myself. Now, I love nuts, and I've got cashews or almonds around here most of the time. So those are some of the typical things that I snack on. I don't snack on the sugary sweet stuff for the most part anymore. So I try and eat more clean, more healthy. I never drink the over-the-counter energy drinks. I've got some other more healthy energy drinks that I'll drink occasionally. But for the most part, I just get back to work and stay focused.
Sure. I'll tell you what, while we're waiting on trying to get Evan's feed and everything back, let's go to Penny and get Penny to kind of talk about what she does. So Penny, can you let us know how you got started in this business with dealing with bras or helping women?
Sure. I'm Penny the Bra Lady. That's usually how I introduce myself. And I have been doing this for almost 10 years. I kind of stumbled upon it and was invited to a home party and realized almost immediately what a dying service this is for women, because how often or how many locations do you know of that you can go and get a bra fitting service? I absolutely love what I do. I love helping women feel good about themselves, just making a difference in their life, all because of a bra. And when they come out of that dressing room or that bathroom, they just shine. They stand taller. They look more confident and comfortable in their own skin, and their clothes fit better. Plus, they look 10 to 15 pounds slimmer.
So that's just another way of weight loss right there, is fitting the right bra. So
Absolutely.
how long have you been with Essential Bodywear?
I have been with them almost 10 years. So July, it'll be 10 years.
Okay.
So Penny, what did you do before that? I mean, was that something that was your lifelong dream from, I don't know, 12, 13, 14 years old, that that's what you wanted to do with your life? Or was there something else that instigated it?
No, if you would have asked me more than 10 years ago if I would be doing this, I'd be like, no, I have no idea. I've done all kinds of things, from secretarial to helping teach in the schools, being on the playground at the schools. I've been a courier for a local credit union. So I've done all kinds of things. I was in direct sales for a spice and food company for a long time, but it was just a fluke that I stumbled upon this and discovered what joy it gives me. And I say to people, I'm going to do this the rest of my life. This is my absolute favorite job, just to help somebody feel so good about themselves in an instant, really, just by putting on that bra. I don't want to do anything else anymore.
You know, Penny, when you get to that stage in your life, in your career, it no longer is a job. It's a passion. It really is a mindset. As a coach, as a mindset, the life coach, executive coach, one of the dominant things that I talk with clients about is who they are in their minds, not who the other people say they are, not who their spouse says they are, or their siblings or their parents say they are, coworkers. Who do they think they are? And I'm going to guess that when you help a woman get fitted in the right type, right size bra, or the right style bra, that you're kind of doing that same thing. You're getting them out of themselves or the way other people may perceive them. So how can a bra change the way somebody sees themselves?
It just makes such a difference in their life. And let me tell you, 85% of women are not wearing the right size. This is the biggest thing that I didn't know or didn't understand when I first started doing this. But they're just wearing what products are available maybe in their local area. They've never had the help. We've never been taught as women what a properly fitted bra should look like or feel like. And most women really want to wear it loose enough to not show the back fat. That I would say is the biggest thing. They're not comfortable in their own skin, like you said. You know, when in life coaching or learning to love yourself, they're not comfortable in their own body. They're hiding it with clothes or layers or sweaters. But what this can do for them is help them with chronic back, neck, and shoulder pain. Especially if they're more well endowed. They're using when they're wearing that band too loose, they're using their straps to do the lifting. That's what's causing that chronic back, neck, and shoulder pain. The biggest thing too is when they put their bra in the morning, they shouldn't fuss with it and touch it all day. If they are, they're not in the right size.
Okay, so how do they know when they're in the right or wrong size? What are the telltale signs for them to know that?
He's asking for his wife.
Yeah. And I know me now with that trained eye more, I see it a lot more. And you guys are going to be ruined now you're going to see bad bras everywhere, right? If they're spilling out the top of the cup and, if they have, we call it the boob bubble, right? This is going to be, we're talking taboo here, right? So we're just going to put it all out there. If they've got 4 boobs instead of 2, they're not in the right size. That cup is not big enough. If you see somebody tugging on it, it's too loose. If it's riding halfway up their back, it's too loose. It's not doing the lifting. That band should be doing that hugging and lifting for them. If they're reaching in their shirt all the time because their straps are falling off their shoulders, they are not in the right size. Those are just a couple of quick examples that you'll see as visual cues, right? You'll start seeing people all the time now reaching in their shirt or tugging on their bras.
So when you first sit down and talk with a woman, do you have a questionnaire that you ask them and have those types of questions that you're starting out with? Again, as Ray said, I'm asking for my wife.
Yes. Yes, I do. I usually ask them what size they're currently wearing or what size they currently buy. Is that working for them? What problems are they having? What's really bothering them about the fit of this bra? And a lot of it has to deal with the material, the fabric of the bra, the cut of the bra, and how large that cup is. I would say most women are not wearing a big enough cup as well to scoop and swoop everything into the cup. Plus, a lot of bras are made like U's, so the shape of a U, which does not work. It needs to be more like a half circle that goes out around all the breast tissue and scoops it in. And then that is what makes them slim under their arm areas on the sides, as well as lifting in the front to make them look that 10 to 15 pounds slimmer.
One last question real quick. Does this mean that it's a once and done, that you never have to be fitted again, or do people change? I mean, should they be, refitted once a year, once every 2 years, 5 years?
Good question, Steve. Yes, we recommend that every woman should be resized every year because our bodies do change. The average woman changes about 7 bra sizes in her lifetime. And so, yes, it's a quick and easy time. And guess what? If you're not in the Indiana area, because I live in Bloomington, Indiana, I can do it virtually. So I fit women all over the country and have been doing virtual fittings for, 6 or 8 years. Obviously, during COVID, I got really, really good at that because that was most of my business for at least 6 months during COVID. But it's a quick and easy thing. And your clothes stay on. I would say that would be the other thing I want to stress. Since we've never been taught, most women have anxiety about bra shopping. They worry that they're going to have to get naked and, to get measured. We don't do that. I measure over your clothes, and then they go into the privacy of a bathroom or a dressing room to try on that product and then come back out with their shirt on. So I think that is the biggest thing why women have anxiety over bra shopping. They may have had a traumatic experience as a teenager, maybe getting those first bras or as they've developed. And that is really the taboo of it all because women just hate to bra shop. But I want to make it fun. I want to be their bra lady for life and uplift and support them.
So earlier we were talking to Coach Evan, and he's back with us. But we're going to stay with Penny for now, Evan, but you can chime in. So Evan has trained lots of women, and they've lost lots of weight. And part of the weight that they lose is in the chest area. How does weight loss affect the bra size? And do women deal with the stress of well, I was this size bra and now I'm going to a smaller size bra. How do they deal with the stresses of that? Or do you bring that up with your consultations?
A bra will last about 15 to 20 pounds. And so as they lose weight, it does tend to kind of come off from the head and neck area and work its way down. From my experience, what I've seen. So yes, it's about 15 to 20 pounds is time to adjust that bra. I also, if the ladies are going to lose more than 20 or 50 pounds, I will adjust that and go even down another band size, and we'll add an extender on there to make that bra last longer. The beauty of some of our products are a molded cup, and so you can't tell when they've lost a lot of density in that cup, where you just continue to tighten that strap tighter and tighter against the body until maybe you're closer to your goal weight, or maybe you need to adjust and buy a product in the middle of that goal weight first, halfway through, and then buy one at the end of your journey to reach your size. But yes, women they want to keep that size that they've been their whole life, but they're not that size. Maybe like their teenager breast size, so sometimes women are adamant about that. But if I can get them in the product, they see that difference. And I would say the biggest thing too is not if we go down a size, they're thrilled with that. It's if you go up a cup size and a band size is when they get a little more anxious about that, because they don't want to be a bigger size. But when you're in that right fit, they actually look slimmer, and it's a positive experience.
So does your company have sports bras? Because I'm sure Evan has heard this from women before. Jumping jacks, running in place, jumping rope, anything that's up and down doing jump boxes affect me or hurt my chest. Do you guys have sports bras that are ideal for training or working out?
Yes, we do. We have several sports bras, from low impact to an amazing high impact sports bra that goes up to a 42G, as in George. Yes. And those ladies are absolutely thrilled because they have never had a bra fit them where they can run or jump. And maybe they have even worn 2 or 3 bras just to be all in to hold that weight in, to not have pain, because if they're bouncing around like that, they're going to experience some pain and maybe even tear their breast tissue.
So Penny, you just brought something up. When somebody is exercising, obviously, if they're not wearing the right kind of bra, that's going to cause some problems. But what are some of the other challenges that they face when they're dealing with the wrong size bra and things just not fitting properly? What are some of the other problems?
Well, if their band is too loose, their straps can fall off because it's sitting too wide on their body. So when they're in that right band, those straps are going to come in a little closer and not slip off their shoulders. They also could fall out the bottom of the band, and I see that a lot. And that's, again, because that band is not snug enough up under their body to do the lifting. And the other thing is if they spill out the front of the shirt. I talked about those earlier, but they're just miserable. It's almost like wearing a pair of shoes that are too small, right? If you wore a pair of shoes that were too small on your feet, you would be miserable all day. Your feet would hurt, and it would be uncomfortable. That's the same thing they experience with the wrong size bra.
And I can imagine if you're wearing the wrong size shoes, that's going to hurt. But what if you're wearing shoes that are too big for you? That would cause problems. I would think the same thing for a bra as well.
Exactly.
So, all right, let me ask one other real quick question. And it just hit me. A lot of women, when they're in their 20s and 30s, late teens, 20s, 30s, some in their 40s, they get pregnant what does that mom have to do? Does she need to come and visit with you or have consultations with you to adjust for the bra size with that as well? Or maybe after she's had the baby, are there some other specialty things that you need to work with there as well?
Absolutely. And we actually do carry a nursing bra, a nursing cami, and a sleep bra for them to adjust if they are nursing moms. Because in the beginning, we don't want to fit them in a nursing bra until their milk has stabilized at about 3 to 4 weeks after the baby is born. But yes, they are changing during that pregnancy, and that's a great way for me to help them through that pregnancy as their bodies are growing and changing, that we can find a bra that will fit them through that pregnancy, and then after we can get together again, especially if they're going to be a nursing mom, and help them find the right product for them to care and feed their baby.
Very good. Thank you.
So, Penny, one more follow-up question as we dive into this the world that you live in with bras. Do you have special bras for women that have dealt with breast cancer or have had a mastectomy?
We do not, because that is usually covered under insurance. So then they're usually insurance providers will provide bras several times, once a year or twice a year for them. So that is not something we do. But I have worked with women that have had mastectomies. I've worked with women that have had a partial mastectomy or maybe a lumpectomy. So it changes where one side is a little smaller now because they've had a lump removed. Or I've met women that have been born and with two different sizes. Like as they've developed, their one side is 1 to 2 cups smaller. And with our molded cup bra, that really makes a difference in evening them out. As well as there's some other products that we could put in there to fill the cup a little more to make it smooth and even. More than you wanted to know, right?
No, Penny, this is actually fascinating because it's one of those things you just don't think about. I remember when I was in high school and college, I worked in a men's clothing store, and a lot of the men that came into the store where I worked, they had no clue what their size was. And so you have to go through all of the measurements and so forth to get them in the right size jacket, the right size slacks, jeans, whatever. Socks, I generally didn't have a problem getting people in the right socks. That's a joke. So that was an easy one. But so if somebody wanted to have a personal fitting with you, whether it's a virtual fitting or in person, how do people get a hold of you to be able to schedule an appointment like that?
Well, they can either contact me on my cell phone number, and that's 812-327-6766, or they can go to my website and check out all of our products and contact me through the website. My email and my phone number are on there as well, and that's pennythebrawlady.com. Very simple and easy, and I love referrals as well. So if this isn't for you, but you know somebody that really needs my help, I would love for you to share my contact information to them, and I'd love to treat them and take care of them.
That's kind of funny for Ray and me to walk up to a lady or Evan and say, "Man, lady, your bra just doesn't fit you right. You got to call my friend Penny." That would probably hurt if I did something like that. So are there, yeah, exactly right. Are there ways that you would suggest tactfully that we refer people?
That's a tough area, and I've still not learned how to approach women when I see them, even like out at the grocery store. I would love to, and sometimes I just offer my service, and I say, if you or anyone that would be the best way. Or have your wives give that, if it's somebody have your wife share that contact information, because women talk, right? And they help each other out. So I think if it comes from a woman, they're a little more open and receptive about that.
Mm-hmm. It makes sense.
We're just looking at some of the discounts. So Evan, I'd like to go back to you. Hopefully we've fixed all the technical difficulties, but the question that we kind of left off was, with Steve and I talking, was what is a simple solution to having more energy and vitality? Do I drink a lot of coffee, or do I do those power drinks? What would you recommend? Evan, we can't hear you, so you got to unmute your mic. Still not getting anything.
Poor Evan, he's had such technical difficulties, huh?
I've got one other question for Penny. Penny, do you do bra fitting parties, like wine and cheese parties or Tupperware parties or that sort of thing? And if so, how many women do you work with at the same time?
Great question, Steve. Yes. And the company I work for, Essential Bodywear, is a direct sales company. So I do home parties, I do private appointments, and then the virtual fitting. So usually it's nice to have about 5 to 10 ladies at the party. But we did one last week, and it was just 2 other ladies. So it can be anywhere from 2 to 10. Usually, if it gets too big, I've done a party with like 17 or 18 people there. It gets a little overwhelming, and then everybody wants to go home for the evening. So I think what I can offer that personalized service in that smaller setting of about 5 to 8 individuals is probably the ideal number.
Now, do you get paid for your services, or do you just rely on people purchasing the merchandise through your company?
My bra fitting service is free. I just get paid through commission of my sales.
Okay.
So we got to sell you a lot of bras.
Yeah.
Okay, do we have Evan back yet? We're still working on his sound and his audio.
Penny, I can relate to you totally with the things that you do, where you can't just walk up to a woman and say, that bra just is not doing anything for you. I run into people all the time in my coaching practice, and I know they've got issues, and there's no question, but I can't say a word to them. It's frustrating to me because I know, 30 minutes and I can help them adjust some things. So how do you do that? Let's say you're in a grocery store or you're at a party someplace. Is there some tactful way that you can actually engage with that woman and start giving some coaching advice?
Yes, and when they come to the parties, they're receptive and they want that help. So that's a better opportunity. The grocery store is kind of hard. You really have to build those relationships with people for them to be comfortable with you. This is an intimate thing. Like, you're talking about their breast health and their wardrobe and their confidence. So I would have to just strike up a conversation in general and not about bras until I kind of got to know that person a little more. So, I can't just do that anywhere at the grocery store.
I can imagine so. So do you hang out in the different department stores in the lingerie section and say, okay, I can help you with that? Or do you just meet people along the way?
No, I don't. I might go in and look at their products for educational for me to just see what's out there. But sure. No, my business is more about referrals. It's about networking and, word of mouth is the biggest way to market or share about what I do.
Sure.
So I was with you at a trade show or a couple different shows where you had a fitting area that you had set up, and seeing the faces of some of the women come out that tried your bras on, going from, oh my gosh, I can see the difference. Can you elaborate on that a little bit, Penn?
Yeah, you got to witness it firsthand, and that's the beauty of it, the joy of it. Just seeing their reactions. So what we do is we have them put stickers on their shirt, kind of where they sit in the middle, because that's a good visual cue for them. They think that their bra is doing what it needs to do, and then when they put the bra on that I recommend for them and their shirt back on, usually their stickers are below their bust line, sometimes way below their bust line. And then they can see in the mirror what a difference that made. A lot of times as well, I will take their phone and take a before picture and an after picture. So then that also goes home with them so they can show others. It's a great visual tool. So yeah, it's a great, I get to give a positive impact to ladies every single day. That's the best part of it.
Okay, Evan, do we have you back?
Do you hear me now?
Yes, we got you back.
You do? Okay, good. So where were we? I've been listening to Penny, and I think it's different from my side when I'm working with clients. It's really interesting because I guess as you get more aware of your body, I would assume when someone sees Penny, they're very frustrated and angry about how their body's feeling and how they feel and maybe how their bras fit. But when they come to see me and they start being aware of their bodies, we're going to see some changes in shape, and they're going to look at their body a little differently. They have more confidence. Like now I know what to address. I need to, start getting my clothes to fit better. And it's all about self-esteem, right? How you feeling about yourself. And I know that from Penny's side, when a woman gets fitted for a bra, like the confidence level they have because it fits better and their posture changes, makes everything a lot better for them. So that's exciting to see that. And then with the exercise and fitness, it's nice to see the self-esteem and more confidence. And then you are consciously making changes that are positive for you to help you feel better overall.
Evan, you mentioned something a little while ago about accountability. It was just one of those things that you kind of slid in there. In your process when you're working with a client, how much or how important is accountability for you helping them get to the next level, whatever that next level is?
It's very important. It's all part of like putting a structure in place and, see if you're a coach and really what we keep them accountable to what they said they're going to do. We want to create a possibility or something that's going to be reachable, not a pie in the sky, but even if it's just setting a 7-day goal that they can achieve and feel good about, and also encouraging them to be supportive. And also, as I've said before, as they get more knowledge and more education about what their body is actually capable of doing, their confidence soars up and they feel like they want to continue. And that's the accountability. It's like, okay, well, what's missing? If you reach your goal, that's fine, but there's always something to push a little bit further forward for. And there's always maybe one thing that they didn't do so well. So how can we improve on that one thing and keep it simple? Because, and then you have more confidence and they feel good about themselves and they feel like they want to do it. People come to me because they're motivated. But when they start going through the process, they realize they're inspired because they're the one looking in the mirror and they're the one who actually did the work. And that's what I try to get clients to really get and understand, because they're doing the work and that's where they shine right through. And the accountability is important because what happens when they don't show up? What happens when they don't reach their goal? How do you get them to move that needle forward?
So, Evan, men and women have two different body types. Do you have different exercises that you work with women that are based on pulling and pushing? Or what exercises should they not do so that not only can I be more informed, but our viewing audience could be more informed on what are good or bad exercises that women do that are more appropriate for men or vice versa?
I really don't know if you can say appropriate with body size or body shape. It's really evaluating where they are right now and allowing them to progress. there's certain exercises that, like in the gym environment, that you wouldn't do, like a leg extension machine, because depending on the interesting about different machines, they're made differently. So based on someone's body type, they may not be able to fit in the machine the right way, even if someone's too short or too tall, and so you're going to hit the muscles wrong. But just generally speaking, as I alluded to, like being mindful of where someone starts, allowing them to progress from squats to push-ups. The basic foundation exercise, the squat, the push-up, anything to improve the strength and quality of the shoulder girdle and make them stronger there. Those are all important. And every exercise has a progression. Like even like a push-up. You might someone might start pushing their body against the wall, then move to a table, and then move to the floor. There's 5 or 6 different progressions for each exercise, and being mindful of what they're trying to accomplish. Because it's not by female or male, it's not by body type, it's what your goals are and what you want to create. Because also too, depending on someone's repetitions is going to determine, the type of results they get and how many days a week they're willing to work out and commit to, and again, their goals, whether it's weight loss or sports specific, and just for general lifestyle as well.
So, Evan, let's pretend for a minute that, and I'm asking this for a friend. Let's say this friend, I don't know, maybe 65 years old and he fell off a ladder, for instance. I mean, I can't imagine a 65-year-old not knowing how to climb a ladder, but let's say he broke his leg. Are there any specific things that you would recommend as he's going through the recovery process? Any things that he should eat or avoid eating? Again, I'm just asking for a friend.
Well, there's 2 things. So if you're talking about nutrition, that's one thing. If you're talking about exercise per se, if that person is going through physical therapy, of course, the physical therapist professional. I'm more of a personal trainer, corrective exercise specialist. So that means that I kind of weigh to the side of the exercise. But for nutrition, really, it needs to be more energy and vitality. The same thing applies. Eating more vegetables, eating more protein, lean protein, etc. And also, the most important thing most people miss out on is hydration, drinking more water. And then, of course, certain supplements can help as well. But the foundation is having more vegetables and hydrating yourself more. And also, if that person is recovering, having a schedule to sleep and repair your body, because you need to go that route. And go ahead.
No, go ahead. You were talking about nutrition and supplementation and sleep and so forth. Are brownies considered to be a vegetable? Because they come from a cocoa bean and flour, which is a grain product, and so and of course it's got protein in there with an egg. So I would think that brownies would be health food. Well,
you can actually add protein powder to a brownie. Brownie
there
mix.
You go.
You can make different adjustments and changes to it. And I started talking earlier about this, and this is important in terms of lifestyle changes. This is a lifestyle change for the rest of your life. Most of the industry is telling you that, you got to lose the weight right now and you want it by tomorrow. But the lifestyle change is going to take for a long time. And once you get to a change, you're going to maintain it. So it's okay to cheat a little bit. It's okay to have that mid-chip ice cream. It's okay to have that brownie. It's how you handle it. Like we were talking earlier about going on family holidays. We were talking about certain cultures. I know it's insulting not to have that dinner with mom and dad or a certain type. And if you're exercising, changing your body on a regular basis, you're going to fall a little bit. You're going to get back on. And it's okay. That's part of enjoying life, enjoying who you are and being present for your family. That's what's the fun thing about being healthy and being fit. You get to make better choices for yourself. And when you make better choices, it's okay to have that brownie or mint chocolate chip ice cream.
So, Coach, do you offer free consultations to people? And do you have,
Yes, I do.
I know you have a Nutra physical survey that you have people take. Can you tell us a little bit about that? and
So
how people
it's all
can get in
encompassing.
touch with you.
Sure, it's all encompassing because what I do is I always find it a privilege to meet with someone for the first time because they're really frustrated and really get present to what they need. So we determine what they actually need in terms of nutrition, exercise. The Nutrifissimo allows us to give us a point suggestion of what they need nutritionally wise, and we actually give them a program. The survey, if someone wants to get this health and nutrition guide, it's 150 pages. It's got 12 or 13 chapters. We talk about different things, and it's part of our program just by taking a survey. And with that survey, we actually go to work and understanding about where you're at right now, eating, and your supplementation and daily habits. And then we kind of put together a plan together based on what that need is. And from the consultation, I actually give them a 30-day plan of action. And then we decide how we're going to work together. And I have different programs based on that to be able to plug them in. And if they decide they don't want to work with me, that's okay too. But the thing is, more likely or not, we can actually have an answer for them.
So do you recommend working with people once a week, once a day, once a month? What's your recommendation?
It's interesting. It depends on the individual because and I've adjusted programs accordingly to make sure that we're accountable because I want to work with someone at least once a week. And I do have programs where I can plug them into groups of 4 to 16 people and allow them to be able to do this. Now, the website we actually have programs go into medical offices, and this website is all about too. So we actually have implement these programs inside of the medical facilities. But the same thing applies. We're trying to be able to help someone be accountable and really learn and educate. So whether the exercise and the nutrition and lifestyle coaching, then we have a question and answer section where it's more of a membership. Then we have just basic memberships as well to be able to support and educate somebody. And then, as I said, like we also have these programs that we implement them in the doctor's office, and the doctors can educate their patient. We support and educate them.
How important is mindset when you're working with a client?
It's important. I mean, it's very important. I mean, like that's also getting a client present to where they're at. I mean, it doesn't matter where someone starts. It's okay, exactly where they're at, and get them present to say, don't worry. Because when I use them, what's a push-up? You have different variations, but making them understand what the benefit of doing a certain movement. Or I've seen tremendous changes of just eating more vegetables and drinking more water. And sometimes the goal isn't losing weight, it's gaining weight and gaining muscle tissue. And I've seen it in less than 5 days. And then they get the supplements in the mail. So, I mean, there's simple changes to really help people get present to where they are right now and starting, and then encouraging them. I think the education component is really important because they educate, and then they understand why, and then they start doing, and they realize this is actually really working for me. And you set a realistic course of action, they're going to get results and keep it off. The issue, a lot of times you see the advertisements, and they're telling you lose 5 or 10 pounds, but that person gained the weight back again. That's the long-term results, right, Steve? It's the same as your coaching, right? It's no different than the type of coaching you do in your practice. Me, I just specialize in lifestyle coaching in that regard. It's the same thing in some ways.
Sure. So Penny, do you have any questions for Coach Evan that you would like to know about?
No, I would just say, I mean, you're right on the money there, that it's mindset. That's the biggest thing. Are they ready to start a new lifestyle? Are they ready to make changes? Are they tired of where they're at and want to move forward in a positive direction? Don't you think money's a motivating factor? If they're investing money, then they're going to do it.
I get it.
Absolutely. Yes. So we only have a couple minutes left. I'd like to thank you both for coming on our show, Taboo Talk. And it was very informative, very educational from both of you. Next week, our topic is going to be human trafficking. So we're going to go a little bit more serious here. We have a gentleman, Officer Keaton Strong, that is an expert on the topic. You do not want to miss this one. Steve, if you have anything you'd like to add before we close out?
Well, just a little follow-up on some of the things that Evan has said. When I'm working with a client and we're talking through different lifestyle changes, overall lifestyle changes, one of the things that I learned many years ago was something that I got from one of my mentors, Mr. Zig Ziglar, passed away a number of years ago. But one of his top 2 reasons for his success was persistent consistency or consistent persistency. And not just starting and stopping and starting and stopping and starting and stopping, being consistent with the things that you're doing. And Evan, I can definitely see that with the things that you are doing. Penny, I can see that with your line of work and the things that you're doing. But I got one last question for Penny. I'm going to actually, for both of you, is that actually, you know what? I just looked. We're almost out of time. So, Ray, I'm going to turn it back over to you. I didn't realize we were that close on time.
No, we are running out of time, so please get a hold of both Penny and Evan for more information. I'm Ray Amanat with my co-host Steve Reed. This is Taboo Talk with Ray and Steve. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.